All right, hey guys, it's Kathy Anderson, and I am the owner of A&E Coaching Group. The A is for awareness, the E is for empowerment, and it is another Sunday. We are doing Awareness Sundays, and I have a special guest. Yes, there's always going to be a special guest, but I have a special guest because as we're supposed to spotlight a nonprofit organization, we're going to take a little twist. But I have good reason of doing this. This young lady I've known for a good little while now, about 5 years. Yeah, maybe a little over 5 years, and has a lot of special gifts and talents and intelligence that I think that once we finish this show, you guys will get it. My nonprofit leaders, I hear you all talking about how do I get the money? How do I get the money? Well, you have to have programs to get the money. And I'm just showing you another option of how you can get programs developed in your organization and how I always talk about collaborations. And this is just another form of collaborations. You know, we talk about contracts, MOUs, make that deal, know what the person's going to do, and just get it done. Because at the end of the day, that's what you need to get the funding for the programs and make the impact that you desire. So, as they say, without further ado, I'm not even that person, but it sounds like it fit. I'm gonna bring you. I'm bringing you all Lydia Cook, but it's AKA Born to Write. And what I'm gonna do, because I this is me, my show, right? I'm gonna let
Mhm.
her tell you who she is. So I am bringing her on now. All right. Hi, Lydia. I'm really excited. Like you probably can't tell. You guys, those that know me, like I'm actually intimidated by this young lady sometimes because she just
What? It's
does
so you know what?
she just
I'm just beyond honored. And let me give all praises to the Most High. First of all, let me give the Creator all
Mhm.
praises for whatever people love about me, like about me, dislike, covet, admire. I'm just so grateful because I know my story and I know my journey. And boy, baby, it's been one, but we all have one, right?
Yeah.
But unlike others, I have the gift of expression, and I thank the Creator for that. And Maya Angelou, to quote my Queen Sister Mother, said
Mhm.
there is no greater burden than bearing an untold story, not letting your voice be heard, not letting your perspective be felt, and not letting you know your, like they said, Black Lives Matters, our lives matter, our
Mhm.
story matters, our voice matters. It's important. So thank you for the warm introduction. Thank you for the
Mhm.
welcome. Thank you for having me here. I don't have a nonprofit, but I definitely have a lot of
Mhm.
experience in working with them, partnering with them, somewhat running them. And so I'm excited to share today,
Yeah,
Miss Kathy.
I thank
Yes,
you
and
for that.
let's not jump over your intelligence, your
I,
administrative skills, your real estate skills, your go get the bag skills, the show them how to get the bag skills. And I'm here because she has shown me how to get the bag skills. So I'm excited to support you and to just enlighten artists and nonprofit people and organizers and leaders a
yeah.
little bit.
See, you guys, I just need to take her with me because that articulation and that expression, I don't care what she says, you cannot beat that. I just need to let her talk when it's time for me to go somewhere. Because she just
And
summed it up.
they do that. I mean, and people don't know that as a poet and a person who's on stage and public speaks, you can get paid for that. I have actually gotten paid to be the voice for a
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
and then conveying it like it was mine, and I was paid, nicely to do that. So yeah, we need to talk about it. Let's go. I
And you
mean,
all hear that, right? I mean, you're
yeah,
making all the points that I try to drive home all the time, about
yeah,
the story, about just all of that. So,
yeah.
we all have our
Y-
weaknesses, what we do and what we don't do. So you just gave an
Right.
example of how we work together on different levels. So,
And you know one thing about you, Kathy, and then I'll say this: I learned this in Toastmaster International. I will plug them. They definitely helped hone my speaking skills,
mhm.
public speaking skills, with the ands and the ums and the though. You know what I'm saying, and all of that, and actually how to talk. Nothing wrong with that. Everything
Mhm,
has its space. Ebonics too,
mhm,
right? But when you're around certain audiences, you have to know your audience. You have to know how to address them, how to speak your information, how to convey it, and a lot of times in a short amount of time. Because if you're in a big name somewhere, people generally don't have a lot of time for you because
Mm-hmm.
their time is money. So I am grateful for that gift, and I am going to avail myself if people need me to speak for them or share their organizations, their businesses. They want to do media commercials. I've done that. I've done radio dramas, blog
Wow.
talk radio. I've hosted. You know what I mean? And at
Okay.
one point, we used to have 400 callers. At one point back in the day, so people enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to digress from that, but I love the art of it. But we're going to talk about the business of it, right? The nonprofit business of it. Let me bring myself back
Well,
in,
you
and we're
brought
going
it
to talk
all
about the we're
together.
gonna, yeah, we're gonna, okay, we're gonna talk about that part of it, but it all works together. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I wish I would have known 20 years ago what I'm getting ready to share with you now. I wish I'd have known that it all works together and that you do need somebody and that you do need to partner. You do need to network. You do need to be known the right way. And everybody ain't gonna love you and like you. Everybody ain't got nice things to say about you. Who gives a darn? I'm just saying there's billions of people in the world and we have the availability with technology to reach millions, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
Millions. At one point I was a viral writer. Means I was read over a million times. Okay, before they had videos. So
Right.
but it is a potential to reach the masses. It really is. So you asked me the questions or you tell me where we want to start and I will just, go on in there. But thank you for
Okay.
having me.
You gave a lot. That's good. That's good. I learn something every time, you guys. I get with her. I learn more and more about her. So I'm looking forward to this. Besides, I mean, just, so we're gonna take your, I guess, the titles that I hear often of who you are, and if you want to touch on each little point of, we kind of gave the spoken word artist,
Okay.
um, being that entrepreneur as well as an advocate. And I'm actually
Mm,
going to let you, we can spend, hmm, if you can do 5 to 10, because we're going to expound on it when we get
okay.
to the nonprofit specific. So you want to go for it from there? Got her tea. That's smart. Another thing
Yes,
I
yes,
forgot.
you got. And another thing, this just is a
Yeah,
nugget on the way.
yeah,
Take care of that voice,
yeah.
poet, artist, singer, speaker, organizer, public figure. That voice is everything. And I thank God that God gave me this voice. My sister has an amazing voice too, but it is how we treat it, right? So I make sure I put my tea in me, my lemon, excuse me, my ginger. And usually on Sundays is my quiet days. I don't usually
Mhm.
talk. I don't answer the phone. I don't call out. If I call you, you're my blood. You're my immediate. So we have to, take care of the things that we have until we're in a space that we're in front of that crowd or that audience that we want to reach, right?
Yes.
But I want to let's get into that. Let's get into the poetry part of it, which has a lot to do with speaking. Has a lot to do with speaking, articulation, presence, right? As a poet, I think it's very important to know that you just can't be a good poet and get the money that you deserve readily. Excuse me. If you're in poetry or a performing artist, anybody will tell you starving artists, they don't call it that for any reason
Mhm.
because you're starving a very long time. You're serving a very long time. You're performing a very long time. That's why I understand why they get the millions because they are getting triple, excuse me, in my opinion, triple the amount for the time and energy that they have expended.
Mhm.
So they're getting the big payback, I call it. And you want to make sure you're connected, right?
Mhm.
Because you can be great in your house, but how
Mhm.
much will your four walls care?
Mm.
They won't care.
Mhm.
Dr. Miles Monroe is a man I study.
Mhm.
I listen to him every morning. I pour him in my spirit. And some agree with him, some don't. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, that's your belief. Whether
Right.
you believe in the ancient scrolls or not, whatever. I believe in a lot of it. Egyptian culture and the biblical scrolls, okay?
Mhm.
Because they're all a part of us, because they're all the same, actually. We won't get into that. But what Dr. Miles Monroe said, who is he for those that don't know briefly? He was born in the Barbados poor in
Mhm.
a very impoverished place. Places where people are born in poverty, die in poverty. It's just a generational cycle. But
Mhm.
he made a conscious decision to not be that man. He was looking in the sky and he decided one day he would ride amongst the clouds. One day he would own a plane. He didn't want to be cleaning up planes because at one point he did that. He wanted to own one. And I said that to say, if he can go from poverty,
Mm-hmm.
extreme, we don't know poverty. I'm talking about no food stamps, no Walmarts to even steal out of.
Mm-hmm.
Poverty
Mm-hmm.
to being one of the wealthiest, most quoted men in history. And
Yeah.
he tells the world, I take it personal. But
Mm-hmm.
he says, listen, know what you're doing, know why you are doing it, know how to do it, master doing it.
Wow.
That says a lot. It's real simple. KISS. Keep it simple, sister. Know what you're doing. And that's what I took that with me. And I'll share that with you as an artist as
Mm-hmm.
I wrap this up about poets. No, remember your why. Why are you starting? Even as a non for profit, why? Because you're trying to get to the bag, because
Mm-hmm.
you want status,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody ever told you that you was, so you're gonna prove them that you are.
Mm-hmm.
See, we got a lot of psychological conditioning, which I think is why a lot of people don't prosper and move forward, myself included. Back in the day, I thank God that I'm still relevant on the Instagram and the Facebook and the StreamYard or whatever 25 years later, because you know why? I took what Dr. Monroe said, and I'm so grateful I was applying it before I even heard him say it. So, what he actually did was confirm what my spirit knew for me to do. I
Mm-hmm.
know why I do it. I don't do poetry to get money, actually, clearly. I don't do it to be seen, but I know it's my purpose. As
Mm-hmm.
much as I wanted to leave these poetic streets because they can be bloody and messy too, I wanted to go, but I know God told me to do this. So, know your why, people.
Mm-hmm.
Know your why. We
Mm-hmm.
got to remember our why. And the second one I would do is to copyright your stuff as a poet, as a writer, as a creative. And you, as a nonprofit owner, you may feel like you're not a creative, but you are. What is a creative? That there's nothing there, right? There may be an
Mm-hmm.
idea, a will, a concept, but you make it your own.
Yes.
Maya was Maya, Langston Hughes was Langston Hughes, and Born to Write is Born to Write. I decided to make poetry my own. So 30 years after I'm dead, no matter what is being said, poetry will be connected. I've made it a part of me. Make your business a part of you. And if it's not, you can't fake it to make it. If it ain't your passion, if nonprofit, if helping people is not your passion, you're not gonna win. And some would
Mm-hmm.
say, yo, broke behind ain't winning. But I am, because I sit here with the likes of the greats of Kathy,
Oh.
okay, Anderson, and
Oh.
other greats that I've sat with and that I know and that I can call, are different artists, upward of 100, literally, that I can call around the world because I made this I made my passion my business. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
take it to the next level. So I sit and I listen to the Kathy Andersons. I'm getting with people that are smarter than me. I don't need to be the most creative in the room anymore. I don't need to be the smartest. It's already known what I can do. Now I need to know how to take what I can do and make it better and get me the
Mm-hmm.
money that I deserve because I put in the work, right? And then
Yes.
number three, I would say remember your why. It all goes back to that because when you want to quit, you need to remember your why. When people hate on you, you need to remember your why. When you get discouraged, you need to remember your why. When you've been knocking on them doors, you've been trying for this grant, this person playing with you, your board won't do right. See, I'm talking about the stuff that goes on in the background.
You
See,
know.
we all look good. We all clean up well, baby. We're melanated. We're humans. We're all beautiful in our own way. But what's been making it work better for me is what I'm sharing, and I thank you for that opportunity. So as a poet, I would know why you start. I would get you educate yourself on what you want to do. Gift is one thing, talent's another. Educate yourself on your business because that's your business. And
Yes.
remember why you started again. So when you want to quit, you don't. And then I would absolutely say, um, as an advocate, it's the
Mhm.
same deal. I think the same rules apply.
Yeah.
Know why you're doing it. Why are you an advocate?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're healed in the lane you're trying to heal others. I've been there helping people heal and still broken. That sucks. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, know
Mm-hmm.
why you're doing it. Find out the best way you can do it. Align yourself with people that are doing it for the right reasons and that are successful.
Wow.
What does
That's
that mean? that got more than you doing better than you on period. Now you can get nuggets anywhere. We can. You get nuggets from me, and a lot of y'all probably got more money than me. I'm a realist with faith, if that makes sense. I don't have I have an artist budget, okay? All right, and COVID hit me for real. Dead in my pockets. Punched me like, right? So, but guess what? I'm still
Mhm.
relevant in what I do
Yes, you
because
are.
I didn't put the work in. I didn't put the hours in. No matter what my bank account say, Kathy could call me because she know I know it and I've experienced it. And I've done this, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Successfully, and I've done it the wrong way. But we learn by trial and error. So I hope you take that from me today. I hope you're encouraged. I hope you leave inspired and empowered. And I hope I make you think. And as they say in the world of theater, if I can make you laugh, if I can make you cry, think, or angry, I've done my job. Even
Wow.
if you mad, I don't care. Maybe nonprofit ain't for you. Maybe artistry isn't for you. You have to check your whys. I can't judge that. I can't gauge that because there's been days where I've been sitting at the computer. It's days now. I don't want to be really sitting here, but I know I need to be
Mhm.
because I'm grateful
Mhm.
for the people that sat there for me, that taught me, that poured into me, that helped me. So as you said, poet and as an advocate and
Uh-huh.
something else.
Touch on
And
that. Touch on the entrepreneurship. You can
on the
even
entrepreneurship, oh
talk how
God, that's
you
so
tied
fun.
in.
Ooh, tie that in. So, what I try to do is I try to listen to the greats, but I try not to lose my own voice,
Mhm.
my own why. Oprah's why ain't my why. Tyler's why ain't my why. As great as they are, that's cool. And their why or whatever worked for them. I had to remember my own why. Y'all, this shirt is driving me nuts. Don't pay me no attention. All right, I'm gonna tell you what's really happening, captains. What's happening with me? Why I keep doing this? I'm not twitching. No, I ain't tripping. I don't low key do nothing. Okay.
She's not
What's
good.
happening is the StreamYard camera is what's the word, Kathy?
The
What
mirror
is it?
image, it's
It's a mirror
yes, you can
image.
call it a
So my
mirror.
right, what I see is really my left. And my
Mhm.
left is my right. And if you've done any kind of camera, you know what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So anyway, I think it all ties in. I'm like, why I keep I know they like if she don't get her life together. But
But give us a
listen,
little bit how you did when you tied in, just some of
yeah,
the because I still know some of your entrepreneurial journeys, and you probably
yeah,
might still do them as
yeah.
well. So,
Yeah. Thank you for that too.
mhm,
I had Body Therapy by Lydia,
mhm,
which a friend of mine helped me name back in the day. Because those that don't know, I get into like holistic care. I get into herbal treatment. I get into like making body oils, bath salts. I make pain elixirs, the rubs, the whole nine. I
mhm,
kind of had to pull back honestly with COVID because at my level, going 2 years in, I was really at a stage where it takes money to make money, and I actually had more clients than I had product, which was great. And they're just like, "Well, let me know when you're good. Well, let me know." And I'm like, "Ah." But yeah, so definitely a challenge. But my toothpaste was my biggest seller. I make organic toothpaste.
oh, didn't know
Uh
that.
huh.
Okay.
Toothpaste was my biggest seller, and actually my pain rub and my teas were my top threes. But
Mhm,
and what I decided to tie it into to artistry was I did some events called When You Pamper Queens. Thank you. When
mm,
You
I
Pamper
remember
Queens.
that. Mhm,
And I had some of the top queens in Nashville, baby, and they came out. Actually, 92 lady, she's passed away now. Miss Connie Donnell ended up coming
mhm,
out. Clemmy, of course, Greenlee was there.
mhm,
Tanya Davis was there, who is still super hot now, who was very hot. She had her play out and her book, and just several people, just sisters. Tamika Dansby, who still has her nonprofit now. And it was just a lot of ladies loving on each other. And so we
mhm,
had food, and so, how did I tie my product into that? Well, being a creative, I said we're going to give raffles away for scrub and rubs, which was for my body scrubs and my body butters. And I had two ladies there on site to do hand scrubs and rubs there. And so it was just, I just brought the package in, brought my stuff. People bought it out. And here, watch this. Here's what's funny. So here's why it's important to be prepared. Though here's why it's important to have knowledge outside of being a creative. Here's
mhm,
why administrative heads like you and nonprofit leaders need artists like us because we all fit into that. puzzle of the team. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Kathy, I got to go in so much. I didn't know I was going to be interviewed by two news stations. I didn't know two radio stations were going to come. I had no idea that everybody that came literally shared lives, literally shared my information. And you're talking about
Mhm.
women who are influential women. The internet calls you now influencers, but these are really leaders in their own right in their communities, okay?
Yeah.
And all leading up to this big village. Baby, I didn't even have enough product to
Mm.
meet the demands. So
Wow.
watch this, but if I would have had a business plan,
Yeah.
if I would have had an administrative head, instead of just the creative part of it, which I brought the poetry, I bought the poets, we had the music. I mean, they still talk about it today. They
Hmm.
so enjoyed it, but I wasn't ready for the professional side of it, really. I
Okay.
thought I had a great product. I did great packaging, a great face. I became my own model for it. I said I can't depend on nobody but me right now at this point. I took that from Tyler Perry. Focus on one thing. Who and what can you depend on, Lydia? So I still have my little looks.
Mhm.
But I didn't plan on 25 people at one time wanting
Mhm.
three products, which is
Mhm.
75 products with
Mhm.
that same week, right?
Mhm.
And that's how
Mhm.
it was rolling for me, which was great. But see, that's why we need each other, right? That's why these conversations I believe are necessary. I have other artists who are much more experienced than me. Excuse me, guys. My voice should be resting today. I
Oh
have
man,
other
thank
artists
you
who
guys
are
too. Are you guys?
okay. Well, it's really because I use it a lot. It's like anybody. It's a
Mhm.
muscle, it's a bot. And
Mhm.
so, but yeah, that can come on and share more in depth about how they've
Mhm.
been able to take this. Since I tell you, well, I'll tell you that when you ask me that before I go into that. But
Mhm.
it's been beneficial for me as an artist, as an advocate, and as an entrepreneur to partner with people smarter than me that had nonprofits and that had for profits. And
Yeah.
if I only knew then, I'll be just bluntly honest, like I try to live.
Right.
If I knew then what I know now, I would have built my team differently.
Yeah.
And I would have included the administrative heads
Yeah.
um, that were still creative enough to appreciate the creative and say, yes, let's take it to the moon, Alex. Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay on Earth. you know. So yeah,
Okay.
it's been a journey. I know that's a lot, but
No,
I
it,
mean, you're talking about 25 years plus of this stuff. So just tell me when we're done.
no, you hit on a lot. I am so grateful because it's all tying in. I promise you, every little point that you touched on, because we have people of different ages. So many of us can relate to that. And I'll just
Right.
say to you, as I say to everyone, guess what? We're still breathing. So the good thing about it is we do know what we didn't know, right? So
Right.
we bring up to date what we did know back then, put all that together, mesh that together. Hey, we got a team now. Let's go forward.
Let's
It's
go.
all good.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with that, I think one of the questions that you're segueing into or it came to your mind, I think, has to do with just your experience in the working with nonprofits. Because I hope by now they understand how this ties in with everything you did. Because I'm thinking conferences, I'm thinking all kinds of everything you touched on could be a way to get funding even for the nonprofit. We forget.
That's what I've done for nonprofits.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have
Yeah.
spearheaded symposiums for them that I was kind of but that anyway. I've spearheaded symposiums,
Mhm.
had plays as I've written plays for what is the word, fundraisers for the
Mhm.
nonprofit, and because we were tax free, we could just sell our tickets or whatever. It was great for
Mhm.
both parties
Mhm.
involved.
Mhm.
Um, I've had instances where I've been able to publish anthologies. What is that? That is a multiple group of people's work published in one book, in one piece of work,
Mhm.
right? And so, in that particular anthology was of children's work from inner cities that have been a part of gangs that were in somewhere in foster care, and it was through a nonprofit. And I have 12 young people's work in there who they told me could barely read. And I said,
Wow.
listen, you do what you do, and I was mocking it, actually, not knowing how important it was. I said, you do the paperwork, right, and let me do these babies. Let me use what the creator gave me, and if we don't come up with nothing, we don't. It's my
Right.
time wasted. And so, baby, we came up with a project called Beautiful Brown Faces, of those babies working there, their poetry, their questions, their answers. um and yeah, definitely. It's been some wonderful instances partnering with nonprofits.
Yeah.
Um, mhm.
No, I'm again, I learn something every single time I talk to you. Like you tell me things we didn't know about each other. I think I just need to spend a whole do that. What are people doing now? Those not resort, but whatever that little 3 day retreats.
Oh, the retreats, yes.
So
My goal is I want to do an artist retreat.
we're gonna
Artists
put a pin
deserve it.
in it. We're gonna do that. That's on the
Yeah.
agenda too. So we're gonna do that. Retreats are big, and I have gotten counseling on how to do those. So yes. But when you say the beautiful brown baby, so once again, I'm gonna pull some parts out that I kind of teach and educate the nonprofit leaders. You said the children, right? Sometimes we think that we have to develop things ourselves or only the adults, but it took one adult to motivate the children, and they got to do expression.
And can I say this?
Yeah.
Can I say that why was it so beautiful? Not just because it makes my resume as an artist look amazing, artists that see
Mhm,
this, not just because it's respected in different communities that matter when
mhm,
you really want to do something. But baby, listen, I'm gonna tell you what it did help even the more. It helped myself and the nonprofit get the funds that they needed and deserved.
mhm,
Why? How? Because when you get into, as we'll go into later, I believe we're going to do workshops, Kathy and I, and stuff like
yeah,
that. As we
yeah,
get into workshops about really getting to the bag, really getting to the money, when you get into grants and stuff like that, it is beneficial for you to partner with an artist. It's beneficial, so you can write that down in there. Why do I want this money? How is it going to benefit my
yeah,
community? Well, I have an artist with 20 years experience, and she can come in and help them with mental health, with self-esteem, with bullying, with everything that our babies are facing today. And with
mhm,
adults, you can go in. I've partnered with nonprofits and done domestic violence workshops. I've done books for them. I've written out journals and did stuff for them and just gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
did clothing drives and all of that. All because, but see, we both had something the other needed. I had
yeah,
the vision, I had the passion, right? I had the skill, right?
mhm,
Creatively,
mhm,
no doubt.
mhm.
But guess what the nonprofit had? Guess what they had that I didn't have? A 501c3.
Well, yeah,
Guess
yeah,
what they had that I couldn't do? They could write the paperwork to the government to say, "Hey, let's do this. I can do this. I can prove it and
right,
get that money because the
right,
money is out there."
right,
It's not a cliche. When you see them commercials, they talking about money's out here. I didn't really know money's out here,
yeah,
right? And here's to you, nonprofit leader and organizer, and shout out to you and God bless you for wanting to make our communities better, our villages more stable. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And
mhm,
utilizing different vehicles such as the art.
mhm.
You don't have the skill necessarily as an artist. And watch this. Even if you do, baby, do you want to run a nonprofit or do you want to write a play?
Gotta stay, gotta
Do
do
you want to
stay
do
in the
the
lane.
administrative side and take care of the business? Or do you want to go in there and teach the kids? Because you ain't gonna never get no sleep. I've worn every hat. And it about drove me
Mhm,
nuts. Never
right,
again.
right,
Teamwork makes the dream work. It's just
yes,
about the right team. You know what I'm saying? And they
yes,
don't have to have a million followers. You have jewels out here like me who
yeah,
have yet to really be discovered,
yeah,
who you have access
mhm,
to now. And remember this, and take it for what it may. Remember, you heard it here. You're able to get access to me now, but there will come a time, probably in a year or two, where you won't. Remember that people had access to Oprah one time.
yeah,
Can you imagine if somebody just had the ability? I wonder if Oprah can come by and, hey, Oprah, what you doing tomorrow?
right,
And she like nothing really, because she ain't really blew up like that either, but it
right,
was in her. Tyler Perry, do you know people used to could call him, hey man, Mr. Perry, can you bring that plate to
yeah,
my church?
yeah,
Got $500 for you.
yeah,
You better call me where you can get me for 500 because I'm gonna be on a level, and a lot of other artists. Why? Because we've sown seeds, and it's universal principle. It's a universal
mhm,
law. So what are you saying, Lydia? I'm saying that Listen, let's go biblical. Most nonprofits believe in the Bible. Let's go there. He that wants a friend must first show himself friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go African proverb. See, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. The reason I have networks and Kathy and I are still friends, we never did big business or nothing like that together, is how you treat people.
Yeah.
What taste do you leave in people's mouth?
Yeah.
Remember, remember, nobody can do it on their own.
Nope.
The African proverb again says, no man is an island.
Yes.
No man is an island. And we all know the story about the person that was in the water asking God for help. When he sent you a Kathy, you had access to a Lydia. You had access to John, Joe, you know what I mean, to Erica, you know what I mean, Timothy and them, but
Yeah.
you didn't take advantage of it. Your
Right.
cell phone is a whole resource.
A whole
You
resource.
have met some people over this lifetime. And guess what? Like you, they probably still brilliant in the same space.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
y'all might be the connecting ability that y'all need. I call Kathy a world connector. On life, I firmly believe it's not been a time yet that I haven't needed somebody for for something, and it has nothing to do with what she does. Like, why do you know somebody that can act in my man's play in Canada? How do you do that? You run a nonprofit. I call her the world connector.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she knows how to treat people. How does this all tie in? At the end of the day, what Kathy is trying to say, as I digress and let her move forward the way she wants to, we all need one another.
Mm-hmm.
Nonprofit leader, organizer, you need an artist. Artist, you need them.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to. There's people that beat the streets and beat the pavement and don't.
Right.
But I'm about, as I hit 45 ish, I'm about working smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about reinventing the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient scrolls said there's nothing new under the sun. Gandhi said there's nothing you can do that hasn't been done before you. It's not. Humanity's been around too long, so get that out your head. You might every now and then get somebody who just invents something, but if you really research, it's
Mm-hmm.
been done another way before. It
Yeah.
really has.
Yeah.
It's not literally new. Okay, so what am I saying? All I'm saying is know your why. Let's go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Know your why. Why you doing it? Why you in the game? Why you here? Why you playing? This your time. Show energy. This your life,
Wow.
right? And then let's educate ourselves
Mm-hmm.
in what we want to do and what we're passionate about and what we're good at. And let's not be afraid to network. Let's not be afraid to let somebody else shine. Right? Kathy may have a bigger event, a bigger venue with multi-million-dollar investors, down to the person that got 5 stacks to put in the business. And so I may know an artist such and such that been on TEDx,
Yeah.
and they will respect that. You
Yeah.
see, they
Yeah.
don't care that I've been on Instagram and that people love you. They don't care. They're so I'm gonna call that artist.
Yeah.
Man, listen, call my girl because she got this. I might miss out on that 5,000 for that. But guess what? My connection with Kathy is now stronger. My respect, because that person 9 times out of 10 gonna say, man, I thank you, Lydia, BornToWrite, even if they don't. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? My connection with that artist that I hooked up is stronger because they know what? I'm not a hater. I'm not petty, right? And it ain't
Right.
all about me. It is about the community. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
we got to network.
Oh, wow. That's
And then
good.
when you want to give up, when they
Mm.
don't believe you, when they don't receive you, because everybody won't and ain't and can't. And that is okay. Understand that's okay. It
Mm.
took me years. Understand that's okay, Lydia. To some people, you're just going to be jacked up, Lydia, because they need you to be that. To some people, you're a poet. Okay. To some people, you're a leader. To some people, you are a trendsetter. But to others, you're just, yeah, you just jostling with a dream.
That. Mm-hmm.
There she go daydreaming again. She God bless her polar heart, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Bless this polar heart. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
We've heard
But
it.
when you know your why, can't nobody take you off your square.
Mm.
Okay, can't nobody take you off. I ain't made one big check from poetry, but you think you're gonna ever tell me I'm not a poet? You think you're gonna ever tell me that? You can tell me I'm not white, you be right. You can tell me I'm not skinny, you be truthful. But you tell me I'm not an advocate or a poet, I would beg to disagree with you strongly,
Yeah.
right? Tell me I'm not a survivor and a soul survivor and doing it beautifully thanks to the creator, right?
Yeah.
So listen, I hope you are encouraged. Um, I hope you got a little bit more information, and I do want to share one negative though, as an artist and
Mhm.
nonprofit.
Mhm. Mhm.
All money ain't good money.
Mm. Mm.
All connections ain't good connections.
Mm.
For example, I know an artist right now that's traveling with a multi Grammy Award winning artist right now. True story. Can go to their house, can do stuff and whatever. And I was invited to a shindig or whatever, and the person was around. And but I didn't like the energy of everything. I'm not 20, I don't party all night anymore. I don't,
Mhm.
it's just a lot of things I don't do. But I
Mhm.
knew being around that clique could get me in. I knew my pen could be heard, but I had to weigh out my options.
Mm.
I'm not freely sexual like that. I ain't know this ain't if it feel good, do it anymore. It's a grown men and women business. I'm still an artist. I still
Mhm.
express myself, but there's a way you do everything, right? And there's
Yeah.
a place you do everything. I said all that to say don't be thirsty, don't be desperate, and don't try to rush the process.
Wow. Wow.
Know the artists you're going to get in bed with. Know the nonprofit you're going to get in bed with. Know a little bit about the leader. Check the history. Now,
Yeah.
don't listen to the haters. Listen to your spirit and check their traction. I
Yes.
don't have to prove what I'm saying. I've been a sex slave trafficking advocate. I'm friends with people that are survivors. I've been DV awareness, cancer awareness. You can Google a lot of that stuff. So it ain't about that, but know who you get in bed with and know why you are.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you get that money and it tarnishes your reputation, or the artists get the money, the grant money, and they don't follow through for you,
Mhm.
now you got a school looking at you,
Mhm.
parents looking at you. They didn't been to practices, and ain't no play now, ain't no money for
Mm.
nothing. You know what I mean? And artists, be careful too. It's
Yeah.
like a preacher, pastor, master. Know who you getting in bed with and why.
Yeah.
Okay? Because everything that glitters ain't gold. You got that fake gold. You got that fool's gold, right? And so
I played it.
I'm a little cautious.
Yeah.
What you say, cat?
That gold plated.
You're right. You know that necklace you got to take off when you get in the shower.
Green, come on there.
Quit
I'm sorry.
playing.
I'm sorry. Is it?
Like you take a picture in it, but you know good and well you won't wash your hands in that ring.
Same
I'm
scenario.
done. I'm
Same.
done. I'm done.
It still fits.
There. Same scenario. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I try to. You crazy. Now I'm
I'm
thinking about
sorry.
that.
I'm gonna use that. I'm sorry. I'll tell them Lydia told me.
Girl.
On my
You
platform.
know. Yes. It's just been so real. Just know what y'all doing and why y'all doing it is
Yeah.
what I would say. And treat your artists right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't try to pimp the artist either, nonprofit leader.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Especially when we've been doing this for a while. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and don't and artists don't be pimped because of your passion, because
Right.
people know you love the babies. So they're gonna get a $35,000 check and give you 1,000. Cause why? You love the kids.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we need to eat. We need to
Everybody.
survive. The
Everybody.
water company don't care how much we love the kids. You know
Right.
that.
Right.
The electric company could care less that we want to save the dolphins or the babies,
Right.
right? So I don't know it all. I just know I've learned. I'm like Jill Scott. I will quote her on this. I do know what I know because I've been through it and it shows, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just looking forward to bigger and better. I do want to avail myself as an artist to the nonprofit leaders, those that even want to hear me or know my name
But
after
you guys
this.
just heard a whole lot. I can see all kind of ways that they could you could be availed and get
Yeah,
paid.
and get paid, right?
Yeah, because it's
Um,
about longevity and building relationships too. So
mm,
I know you said for artists, and I know you for nonprofit leaders. I'm going to close in that gap and say that's for anybody you bring on your team. You guys got to remember, even you're talking about the people you know from the past. You have to remember, don't forget what someone did for you. So even if you barter and you make a deal, when you go to that next level, please don't forget who got you there. And even if you think that they, because a lot of times it's miscommunication. Go back to that person. You'd be surprised, and you grow more because that longevity matters even on that piece of paper.
It does.
Now, I'm going to say she's kind of opened this up, you guys. We're going to have workshops. We're going to have some workshops. I'll be back kind of traveling around with the team, and this is just so important. So I'm going to honor your time, but what I cannot do is let this go without you all hearing how I first met her, where I first met her, and why this was so important to me for her to be on today. So it's your choice. You can do one or two, but we must, we must hear some poetry.
Absolutely, absolutely. And and I cannot not share this. My mentor is gonna watch it and he'd be like, "Why didn't you?"
Mhm.
I have an event coming up next Wednesday
Yes.
called Purple War Stories. And what is that? It is a short story show. One woman show written by and produced by myself from Born to Write Productions. I am, launching Born to Write Productions even the more with the artist development and just the skits and I have funny skits because if you really know me, I can really be real silly. You know what I mean? So I get to get that energy out, that funny, crazy energy out in skits. And there will be some of that. If you come to Purple War Stories, you will laugh, you will cry, but you will be empowered and you will remember me as an artist and definitely want to know more about me as a person. And if I've done that, again, I've done my job, right?
Yeah.
So listen, it's $15. It is that Cash App. Um, After 5 o'clock today, it will be. I'm doing a $10 pay what you can. So, because I want everybody to be able to experience this, and I feel like we all have $10 if we want to expend it on something. We'll find it, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be music, poetry, skits. Yes. So that is next Wednesday. You can
Yes.
cash at me, money sign Born to Write Poet, and I will, or my one of my team members will send you the Zoom link. Hmm.
And I'm gonna post. I'll make sure definitely. So you helped us out because I know sometimes when you do the entertainment at the end, everybody's all excited and they don't hear. So I'm glad you went ahead and talked about your event that's coming up Wednesday because I too am excited. I'm gonna tell you all just support. If it's not something you think you might be interested, donate for someone else to go. But more
Right.
importantly, you're gonna support her. I
Yeah.
mean, we all have to have a heart for each
Yeah.
other. And at the
And
end of
one person was so nice. They sponsored 3 tickets, so I was able to gift. And what I did was I gifted 5 people instead of three because I had kept getting some. I couldn't believe it. People
uh
was really DMing me like, "I want to go,
yeah.
Queen." I didn't have no money. I saw the post, and I'm like, "Oh." So I went to 5, but I'm like, I can't keep.
Yeah,
I gotta make something. So,
yeah,
yeah. But I love to give and I love to share, which I think is why God gives me favor in the hearts of men and women that matter. So,
yeah.
I'm gonna do one piece
Okay.
called guard. It's called guard your gift.
Mm,
Guard your gift, and then I'm going to do a very small 2 minute snippet of cousins, one of the short stories embodied in Purple War Stories, if I can. And
oh wow. Okay.
that's okay. Is that okay?
Say less.
All right, peace and love, everybody, and love and peace. We've been talking on an educational side, but for those that don't know, again, my name is Lydia Cook. Okay, and I enjoy going by Born to Write, the poet. I'm a writer. I'm an author, actress. I like to sing a little bit, and so this is my first poem titled "First Time Ever" with Kathy.
Wow.
Um, First time ever live, yeah, with you. This poem is titled. I always get nervous.
Don't. And I'm gonna let them highlight on you. Okay. I'm
Hmm.
still here, but hold on. Okay.
Okay. All right. There we go. Hey, guys. So, again, this poem is titled Guard Your Heart. Guard your heart. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Absolutely. And I wanna feel what love is. Born to write. Lost in the darkness, searching for love and light with blinders on the right side of her eyes. So known and so loved for her beautiful eyes and her thick thighs, not realizing that her heart and her spirit was the true prize. She was the one that the roses grew from concrete, from looking deep down in the wells of her mind, but she couldn't see it. He didn't believe it. He was only used to being known for the kind of car that he drives, the kind of shoes that he wears, the low cut and the waves in his hair, and the way that his melanin causes all the ladies and some of the guys to stop and stare. But I dare you to guard your gift. And what is your gift? In case you missed it, as I share this poetry, what some considers to be a lyrical spit, let me share with you. Your gift is deep inside. It's true. It has nothing to do with the color of your eyes, the thickness of your thighs, the wave in your hair, people staring like they don't care. No, your gift, for real, to be honest and true, your gift be you. Your gift be the things that you do, the way that you move, the way that you sing, baby, the way that you groove, the way that you are. You are the star, shining, hanging, dangling, looking like strange fruit for all to inhale. But it saddens me sometimes that we are in self induced bondage, which one be calling hell. I've been there before, not as if I have risen, but I sure have prevailed. And I thank the Most High for these stories to tell. So you guard your gift. In case you missed it in this thing called poetry, let me repeat this. The gift be you, the inside of you, the spiritual side, that deeper soulistic part of you. Not because of the money or what you have, not because of your fame or the lack thereof, who's your mother, nor who's your dad. It is you. Protect you. The gift be you. The gift be you. The gift be you. Protect your gift. Protect your gift. In case you missed, the gift be you by Born to Write. The second piece I'm going to do, it is actually an introduction to the story Cousins that is embodied in the one woman show that I wrote called Purple War Stories, which airs only via a paid Zoom link Wednesday, the 27th at 8 p.m. Central. It is the introduction to Cousins. In Cousins, you will meet Erica Renee. You will meet a young lady named Safari. Safari. You will hear of an aunt named Dorothy and a gentleman named Bobby and a gentleman named Aaron by Born to Write. Cousins. Mm-mm. People always talking about mm-mm. Your music. Mm-hmm. Girl. Mm-mm. I don't did to speak to me. Erica, would you come on? Jesus, this girl get on. Oh, talking about. Mm. Erica, why do I have to call you? Like, why we in the same house? And why does Miss Safari have to call you to give you a ride up to your auntie house? Why do I have to call you? Well, come on down the steps, Erica. Dang, I got stuff to do. What are you talking about? I got the mirror down here. I was getting ready. No. Look, super thickness. Would you just bring yourself down the steps? All of you. Okay. Just come on down the steps. Please, cousin. My line is beeping. I don't even have time to hear what you have to say. Oh, hello. Hey, Bobby. What's happening? Not a whole lot. Waiting on my cousin to come on down the steps. She's super slow. No, waiting. I can't wait to see you. I will tell her you said hi. Oh, Bobby, I'll tell her. Hold on, boo. Hold on. Let me see. Only if it's important. Hold on. Oh, yes, Auntie Dot. Yes. I'm waiting on your big old niece to come on down the little bitty steps. You act like she ain't big. I mean, her very healthy. Auntie Dorothy, I'm on the other line. Yes, it's Bobby. I'm not, Auntie Dot, I'm not going to click over to tell him hi, to click back over to tell you he said hi. You are not the boss. Auntie Dot, I'm not going to let you do that to me today. Hold on. Hello. Auntie Dot said hi, baby. I know you would. Hold on. Cause I love my auntie. Like if she wants just to know you said hi, I'm gonna take the time to do that. Hold on. Auntie Dot, he said hello. He hopes you have a very blessed day today. And if you go to church, remember to keep him in prayer. We'll be there in a minute. We'll be there in a minute. I'm not calling her fat anymore. I'm just saying I'm getting frustrated. Auntie Dot, Bobby's on the other line. Yes. Bye. Hello. Mm. Hold on, boo. Hold on. Mute. Erica, come on. Hello. Oh, I'm just waiting on Erica to come on down, baby. Okay. Who did? Roberto? Asked about Erica for what? Uh. Mm. Hmm. Okay. I will tell her, but honey, if he trying to have fun, my cousin is not the one now. If he wanted, I could really hook him up with. Let me see. I could hook him up with Niecy. He'll like Niecy. She bad too, baby. She bad like me. Erica is beautiful. I'm just saying, but Erica don't know how to have fun. Like Erica is just a weirdo. Like everybody knows that, but she's a beautiful weirdo. If weird is beautiful, but I will. I'll tell her. She just, she's just real bougie in certain areas. You know what I mean? We don't share the same freedom in certain areas. I'm gonna leave it like that. But I will tell her, baby. All right. I'll see you later. Somebody calling your girl again. I know. I'm gonna be nice. I'm nice all the time. I try to be. All right. Who in the? Oh my God. Hello. Oh my God. What? What? You ain't even got my tires. Why are you calling me? Hold on. Erica! Look, I got stuff to do. I mean, you got my cash up in my Zelle. Can we get with that? Like, can we talk about that? That's all we got to talk about. For real. And I'm about to kick my cousin's natural born. Look, I gotta go. Call me after you cash up or something. I'm still on my old phone. My second phone should be better than my first phone. You ain't even bought me that. So what are you talking about? Bye. Eric! Oh my God. What's wrong with you? What's all that blood on you like that for? Cousin. And we'll end it there. And if you want to know why she had all that blood on her, you have to come see the show. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope the delivery was great for you.
That
It's
was
fun.
amazing. That
It
was
was fun for me. It's fun.
that was freaking amazing. I could tell. Like that's amazing. Just so natural. All right, you guys. That was, I feel so honored. Thank you again. Thank you so much. You all will see her soon. Please follow her. Instagram is
At we can put it in there too, but it's
mhm,
at born. Hold on. At born underscore to underscore right underscore, and someone tried to take my name back in the day, so we had to go with that and everything. And that's
mhm.
another thing, if you have a name as an artist, or you know that nonprofit, get your logo patented, copyright, get your stuff protected, because had I
Yep.
not had born to write protected, I wouldn't be able to have it today. So I'm grateful. And I'm on TikTok. I love to have fun on TikTok. I got funny
Yeah,
skits
it's
over there.
great.
It's I just followed you today, Kat. I didn't realize you was on there until I saw that. But I'm on TikTok. The at sign, of course, born to write poet. All
Okay,
little letters, lowercase. But
awesome.
thank you so much,
We're gonna
Kathy. I
post
appreciate it.
everything. Thank you as well. So honored. So we will end there, and till next Sunday. Thank you all again.